What's going on, world? It's your boy Judah, and we are back with another Game of Emotions podcast. To my left, your right is my boo, is my poo, is my thing, is my wife, is the love of my life, of my
So
life.
stupid. Hey y'all, I am Shanice.
Hey y'all, we're gonna hop right into today's episode. Not gonna waste any
Right.
time. We're gonna hop right into it. And today, what we are talking about is our attitudes. Our attitudes, our attitudes, our attitudes. And I say our because I have been fighting with my attitude today.
Oh, for sure.
I've been fighting my attitude and the attitude, and I've been fighting my attitude to keep a good attitude so I can make good decisions.
That's
And that's
right.
what today's episode is about. A good attitude will lead to you making good decisions
Right.
because the exact opposite happens. It's either or. Because a bad attitude, a negative attitude, a bad perception is going to lead to you making bad decisions.
For sure.
Why? Because our attitude it really comes directly from our emotions. And however we're thinking, you're going to act out.
How you are thinking.
That's for sure.
That's right. That's if you don't have a filter or you don't rethink about your attitude
The decision.
and your decisions
It's real talk.
and
It's real talk.
kind of think before you act type thing. If you don't think about it, then you may just act based off of impulse.
And this is very important because as a business owner, you're constantly making decisions every single day.
That's right.
And those decisions directly affect our business. It directly affects our money. It
Right.
directly affects our customer service.
That's right.
And our customer service directly affects our income and our business. And it's very, very, very important. And even if you're not an entrepreneur, just in your personal life, still your decision still affects your money.
That's right.
It still affects your income.
That's right.
So choosing to have a good attitude leads to making good decisions.
That's
Now,
right.
of course, it is easier said than done,
Oh, for sure.
but it is worth it.
Oh, yeah, it is.
When you make those good decisions, it is worth it. I give you a prime example. So today, I'm not gonna dig into it, but it really was. I really was irritated, man.
You
it
was
was
mad all day.
not all day.
Well, you were
It was
mad
like
majority
it
of
was like on and off.
yeah.
Cause I would rebound and reset, and then something
And then
else.
something else will happen.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah. That's why it seemed like all day. But like I would be irritated, but I would rebound and reset. And I'm just like, God, like, are you doing this on purpose, man? Like, what are we doing? Like,
yeah. That's the first time I ever seen you rolled your eyes.
oh my God, oh my God. Yeah, we was on the phone talking, and
I
I just,
said,
I
"What is
just,
wrong
I
with
just seen
you?"
something pertaining to the situation that I was rebounding from.
Oh, okay.
That just re-irritated me, and I'm sitting here trying to reset to have like legit have a good attitude, like for real, because I just know like it's gonna mess with my decision making. I don't have time to be making bad decisions.
That's
I don't
right.
have time for that.
That's
So
right.
that's why I rolled my eyes, because I seen something pertaining to that situation that re-irritated me. I was like, yeah, okay, bro, whatever. But seriously, it is easier said than
It is
done.
easier said than done, and that's why I brought it up because people need to know that we are all humans, and
Mhm.
sometimes we're not. Sometimes we don't just make that good decision right away. Like
Yeah,
sometimes it takes us to, or for us not to be in the best or have the best attitude, and kind of just again think about our actions before it happens.
yeah,
But again, we're not all there yet, and that's okay. But the willingness to learn, the willingness to want to do better, you
yeah.
know what I mean? Because if not, we know, like we said, or like you said earlier, like it does affect different things that are important in life. So
Yeah, your decisions for sure.
for
Yeah,
sure, yeah, yeah.
and it is worth it. It's not easy, but it is worth it. And I'm gonna tell you why it's worth it. It's worth it because for whatever reason, and I'm open to being wrong.
Okay.
but it's worth it because bad decisions for whatever reason seems to stack up quicker than good decisions.
Oh no, it's the truth. It seems like when you make a bad
You see what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
it's like it ricochets. So you make a bad decision and something else bad happens and something else bad
Yeah,
happens and something else
yeah.
bad happens and you're thinking like, "Dang, I just did this." But again, you're right. I don't know why that happens. Whereas good decisions, it takes so much discipline or it
Feels like
takes
it.
so
Feel like it.
much that you have to put out just to make a good decision,
Yeah.
right? And sometimes you don't get the return right away.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's like down the line and you're
Like
like,
delayed, yeah.
yeah, you're thinking like, dang, like I've made that decision like 2 weeks ago. Now I'm
Hmm.
seeing the fruit from it,
Hmm.
you know?
And I'm gonna show you something though. I'm gonna show you something very important with that. So as a car salesman, um, what I have learned about this is because bad decisions, it really does. It stacks up quicker, and for
Yeah.
whatever reason, it's like the returns on those bad decisions come back quicker for whatever reason. So, for example, like we were talking about today, I was irritated with a situation. I was irritated. I wasn't irritated with the customer per se. I was just more irritated with the situation because the deal that they wanted, the program itself didn't allow it, but they really were trying to buy a car. And then on top of that, like they were cool people.
Right.
They weren't like hard staunch. They weren't like that. So
Right.
the situation had me irritated because I already know you about to go to another vote, so I ain't gonna tell you the exact same thing because it's the program at this point.
Oh, so it's not the particular store. So it's not your particular
It's the
store.
program. Yeah, it's the limit of the
Oh,
program. The deal that they
right.
wanted, and the program didn't allow for that. So
Right.
I'm giving this example because that situation I could have stayed irritated and mad about it all day and just not tried to, and then not feeling like dealing with another customer, not feeling like making a phone call. You did what I'm saying, and see that decision leads to your next interaction
That's
with a
right.
customer,
That's right.
or even tougher, you don't even get another customer because you're not
You
even
checked
mentally
out.
there, yeah, to try to
Right.
work, to try to put a deal together, to try and look for your next opportunity. And then so now you do that, and then you turn around and you come back around, you do it again, and then before you know it, you had sold no cars for the week. That's what I'm saying.
Right.
You
Can't
can't
stay
move
there.
like that. So
Hmm.
like I said, you have to reset. You can be irritated, you can be mad, but you have to reset and then get back into the game, get back into the play. So, because what happens is at some point you're gonna run into an opportunity, you're gonna run into what you're looking for, and then you can
You
you
can
can
move like that.
yeah, you can make a deal and make your money. But
Right.
that's why I said it's worth fighting to keep a good attitude so you can
Right.
make good decisions because bad decisions stack up quick and
Right.
they return quick, they come back quick. And bad decisions, man, it's just a fight to get out of them. But you much rather fight on the front to keep a good attitude, to reset if you need to reset, so you can make those small good decisions consistently, so you don't have to deal with unnecessary problems.
That's right. And also with good decisions, if you really take the time to make those good decisions, say for instance, you do have to reset, like, and you just move forward, your emotions will catch up to the way that
That's true, man.
you're feeling.
Because
So,
I was catching up.
right,
I was catching up, and then
right,
I just seen something. I'm not gonna. It really did set me back. I'm not gonna lie.
right.
I was catching up though. I was coming around like
Okay, I'm feeling a little better. But it's
yeah.
because you made the decision to move on and move forward. And then,
Yeah.
right in that moment, you know, it doesn't come right there, but
Yeah.
as you continuously do it
Yeah.
within that, certain amount of time, you will start to feel better.
Yeah.
Like your emotions again will catch up
Yeah. You
to
start
what
to
you're
forget
doing.
why was I
Why
mad
was I
again?
mad again?
Yeah.
Because you
That's how
already
it was.
you made the decision to make a good decision,
There it
right?
is.
And so when you did that, or when you're doing that, then yes, your emotions will catch up. And sometimes that's what needs to happen. And I think the biggest issue with all of us is we allow our emotions to rule, right? And to take first place, whereas we are in control of our emotions. And so um, we don't make a decision like we talked about. We make a decision to be happy, right?
Mm.
yes, you make the decision to be happy, and then the emotion will follow up because you're telling the brain what to do. You're
Yeah.
telling the brain to do this. You're telling, not saying, "Okay, brain, take over,"
Mhm.
right? And then you're
Mhm.
you're you're moving through your frontal lobe, right? And it's
Yeah.
just like, oh my gosh, like I'm all over the place, and that's why
Mm.
people are all over the place, literally.
Yeah.
Like 1 minute they're up, 1 minute they're down because they rely so much on that particular emotion, and it takes so much away from you because they're taking lead. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
It is.
And so it's like once you understand that you have the power
Yeah.
to
It's,
set,
it's a decision.
it is a decision.
That's the power.
Yeah, that's the power. You have the power to make the decision to
Yeah.
do this.
Mhm.
Like nothing is stopping you. Nothing is, you know what I mean? It's always that emotion that will come try to bombard on the decisions that you're making, and they don't take precedence over your decisions.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
you make the
The
decisions,
final decision.
right?
Real talk.
You're in lead. You are what, you know what I'm saying? Like you're the one to do this.
Right.
And then once you do it again, like I said, it will just kind of, it will follow up. Like it has no choice but to do that.
Yeah. Real talk.
Because now like you are giving your brain signals to do certain things, and so it has no choice. Like it has to obey.
It got to.
It got to
It got
obey.
to.
So once you understand the power that you have with this decision making, then you will see a difference in your life. You will see a difference in your relationship with others, your friendships with others,
Your money.
your money, your interactions with others,
Business.
your business. I mean, and then before you know it, you're successful. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Try to put that in there. I'm sorry.
No,
That was more like a
and be sorry about that. That's good because I was gonna follow it up
thank you, Holy
with
Spirit.
something that I learned. Um, you can call it the hard way.
Mm,
Some years ago now, but I learned this. I learned this, and I tell Samar. I used to tell Samar this all the time when he was younger, but I used to tell him all the time. They say now, when you make a decision, you do
right.
something right, and I know you might be mad or irritated, whatever that emotion is. What I learned was, I just tell Mark, I learned that
Right.
however you was feeling in that moment when you did it, your emotions are not going to be held accountable and deal with the consequences.
Right.
You, the person,
That's good.
is going to deal. So if I do something out of anger, I do something out of irritation, whatever the case may be,
Mm-hmm.
you dig what I'm saying? My emotions, whatever that emotion I was feeling at the time, that emotion is not dealing with the consequences.
Right.
Me, Tony, I am dealing with the smoke.
Right.
I'm dealing with the issue. I'm dealing with the problem
That's
because
good.
I am the person that is responsible for all the decisions that I make.
Right.
Your
See?
emotions are not going to be there
That's right.
when the smoke comes.
Nope.
Your emotions not going to be there when the consequences come. Example again, like I said, if I'm just sitting mad about a customer, about a deal, about a situation, and I'm not
Right.
trying to actively, work and find another deal, okay, I'm gonna deal with the consequences of not
Not.
selling no cars, and then you're not gonna have no commission. Then now you can't pay no bills. My emotions, irritation, and anger ain't dealing with that.
No, it's not dealing with it, but what happens is there is a reaction. So you're so you the person are dealing with the consequence, but then it's like how would you respond to this particular situation that is happening at this point? And then that's when they rise its head up, and it's like, okay, this is the reaction from me not moving on with
Feel me?
you know what I mean? Like me not having another customer, me
Mhm.
not making any money in the week.
Yeah.
And then again, that's when the emotions rise. Like, okay, so how am I gonna react to this?
Yeah.
Am I gonna make the decision to try to move on and do better, or am I gonna sit in that, like sit there? You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And
Yeah.
that's when it rises again. That's what I'm trying
Yeah.
to tell you. Like, yes, even though it's not um, taking accountability,
Mhm.
but it also finds a way to try to peek its head out.
For real.
You know what I
For
mean?
real. And
So.
and you genuinely, and it's not easy, but you genuinely have to um really deal with that correctly and focus over your emotions for
That's
real
right. That's
because
right.
Yeah, you or me, none of us have time for unnecessary problems.
That's right.
None of us have time for unnecessary consequences and unnecessary smoke.
That's right.
And one thing I wrote down was, and I text this to one of my mentees. I told him good daily decisions leads
Mhm.
to good weekly decisions, which leads to good monthly decisions,
Mhm.
which leads to good yearly decisions.
That's right.
And that's what matters at the end of the day. I'm telling you, I know what it feel like. I understand it. I'm telling you, like I came in the house trying to reset, like constantly reset myself, not to come in the house irritated, or even if I do, not being, not being just changing the entire freaking environment because I'm irritated from work. You dig what I'm
Right.
saying?
Right.
And it is a fight, but the fight is worth it because when you're not dealing with unnecessary drama, unnecessary smoke, unnecessary consequences is worth it. You dig what I'm saying? And when you're making good decisions, small good decisions, you dig what I'm saying? Small good decisions is worth it because when you do that on a day by day basis, a week by week
That's
basis, a
right.
month by month basis,
That's right.
and you end up having a good year. And that's how business works, and that's how your personal life works as well. And in order to do everything that we just said, if you've been
Yes.
watching the podcast for any amount of time, you already know what we're about to say, and that is
Focus
focus over
over your
your emotions.
emotions. Right.
It's a must. It's a must. Like, this is the play to run in order to keep a good attitude so you can keep making good decisions. And number one is identify how you feel. Like I said,
Right.
going back to the example that I used for today, I was irritated. I was more irritated about the situation. I wasn't irritated with the customer. I was irritated about the situation because it just what they wanted in the deal, the program didn't allow for those. I mean, it just constrained by the program. You dig what I'm saying? So at that point, you just don't have a deal because they had to do it this certain type of way that fit their budget, and it just wasn't gonna work. So I was irritated. You dig what I'm saying? But I understood I could not let this irritation just sit here and let me just sit here and not try to do some kind of work. Let me
That's
send an
right.
email. Let me make a phone call.
That's
Let me
right.
try and shoot a text. Let me try and do something. You dig what I'm
Right.
saying? And that's
Right.
what I did. That's what I did. I made a couple phone calls. I sent some emails. I got hung up on a couple times. You dig what I'm saying? I got the response in the text messages to stop. You dig what I'm saying? I just get rejected left and right. I'm like, all right, man. You dig? But that's the game. That's the game. That's life. You keep trying. You
Right.
keep staying to the process. You keep moving forward with the action that it takes to get the result that you're trying to get.
That's true.
You dig what I'm saying? You might not do it in massive volume. Like I didn't make 50 phone calls, 60 phone calls. You dig what I'm saying? But inching forward, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
Little by
Mhm.
little, that
Step by step.
step by step. That's how you
Mhm.
run the play. And
That's
then
right.
number three, you focus. You either
Yep.
need to focus on the right now play you need to be doing so you can be moving forward, or some situations you need to focus on the bigger picture.
Right.
You dig what I'm saying?
That's right.
Oh, I thought you wanted to ask me
No,
something.
no,
Yeah,
no.
in some situations you need to
Yeah.
focus on the bigger picture. You dig what I'm saying? But either way it goes, that focus component, that is what's going to keep you mentally moving forward.
That's right.
It's very important. Focus keeps us mentally moving forward. Sometimes we need to focus on what do we need to be doing right now to
That's
move
right.
forward. And sometimes you need to be focused on, okay, what's the bigger picture though? What is the bigger picture so
Right.
you can keep mentally moving forward and you don't stay mentally and emotionally in a place longer than was beneficial for you.
That's right.
You dig what I'm saying? So with that being said, that's our time for today. Babe, did you want to add anything else?
That was good.
Cool, cool.
That was
That's our
good. Good.
time for
Good.
today, man. I'm telling you, it's not easy. I'm not coming off. We're not coming off like, yeah, just have a good attitude so you can make good decisions. No,
That's so cliche.
it. Is yeah. We're saying we're coming to you saying we fight. I feel like we fight on a
Every
daily
day.
basis
Mhm.
to have a good attitude.
Yeah, it's not
I
easy.
really feel like that,
That's right.
but it's worth you committing to fight to keep a good attitude, because you either gonna fight to keep a good attitude so you can make good decisions,
Mm-hmm.
or you're gonna be fighting to get out of the bad situation you put yourself in because you're a decision maker.
Bad decisions,
You see what I'm
right?
saying?
Mm-hmm.
And it's it's just much more worth it to fight on the front end, to keep a good attitude, to stay positive, to stay optimistic.
That's right.
You dig what I'm saying? And it's not easy. I'm gonna keep saying it. It's not easy, but it
No.
is worth it when
And
you're
doable.
doable, when you're
Right.
not dealing with unnecessary drama, unnecessary challenges, unnecessary smoke, because
Right.
decisions you have made emotionally and bad decisions. So it's a fight either way it goes. Our encouragement to you is fight on the front end to keep a good attitude, because
Right.
that's how winning is done.
That's right.
That's how winning is done.
It is.
That's just the game. That's how it's done. So
Mm-hmm.
with that being said, we got our Focus Over Your Emotions hats available. We got the
For
ebook available
sure.
as well. The ebook literally talks about what we just talked about today. We literally have a chapter called "Keep a Good Attitude,"
Right.
and so you can click the link to download that. Also, if you want to bring us in to speak to your team, speak
Right.
to your organization about what we talked about today, or any of the topics that we talk about in our podcast, you can book us by clicking the link in the description. Click that booking tab, just fill it out, and our booking agent will be with you as soon as possible. With that being said, that is our time for today. We are
Gone.
GONE gone.